It's not that big a deal. All right, if you want to show everybody your...
Oh, yeah, we can
Oh, I
Good little-
noticed that myself.
get a little action right
I
there.
walked in, I said, are you wearing a Cletus shirt? Hey, can you tap the mute? I can hear Art.
Yeah.
Just, it's right there up at the top. Just mute it. See the little emblem there? All right, cool. All right. Episode 40. Can you believe it? Episode 40. Man, these are flying by. This is probably the least prepared I've been for an episode since episode 5, and that was like our best podcast. So hopefully this is the same. I asked Bradis, well, you want to call somebody? We'll call Clayton and stir up some stuff if we need to. But so sorry about last week. We had a little bit going on. Bo was sick first, and then we had all the storms coming through, and I thought, well, I don't want to be in the middle of it and lose internet or lose electricity and whatnot.
Or
And
have to gather up my family and run to the store.
exactly. So, and I was like, I don't really want to be amongst the podcast, like doing all that. And so we'll do it tomorrow. And then the next day, it was probably just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And then, then I got sick. So, and then we were going to try to do it from home, and I couldn't get anything to work from home.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it. I'm tired of messing with it. It's just not meant to be. So we didn't do it last week. So we apologize for that. But anyway, I need to get my stuff at home a little bit more prepared for something like that. I never really crossed my mind, especially using the Riverside app. I just kind of,
Yeah, we
assumed it would
could have
work.
done it Monday. If it would have worked on Monday, we could have done it Monday, all remote,
yeah.
and been fine.
Yeah, well, like I said, the storms were coming in about the same time that we were going to start, and we didn't know if we were going to need to be running over there to the storm shelter or not.
I don't run from storms, so
Well,
I'd have been.
I don't know. I
I
think
used to not until I had a little baby, and then I was like, well, maybe we ought to. Run
no,
out of the storm
no, don't lie. You did it before.
Well, she was pregnant then.
No.
Yeah.
That
Come
count.
on.
That does count. That
How
does
long
count.
have you lived over here?
Well, I mean, previously, before I moved out here, I didn't have a storm shelter, so I had to just tough
Yeah,
it out.
yeah.
Now, when you have a storm shelter, hell, if
Yeah,
you
but
start
how-
down the road, you might as well run to
Yeah,
it.
but how long have y'all been here?
3 years, a little over 3 years.
3 years? Oh yeah, y'all was definitely coming to the shelter
She ain't been
before.
Oh,
pregnant.
yeah,
She
yeah,
ain't been
we got a
pregnant that
shelter.
long.
There we go.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we have the shelter.
No,
What year did Covington get hit? Wasn't that 23?
23.
23.
We were here that year.
Or
Yeah.
March
We were there
23rd.
like 3 months.
Yeah, because I remember we walked out of the storm shelter that day, and we had no Wi-Fi, nothing
Yeah.
was working, no electricity anywhere for several days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think y'all had just gotten here.
I was like, great, just moved in, the house doesn't get blown away
Yeah.
right off the bat.
I don't think Kim been mad after all the stuff she was talking about, all the cabinets and everything. I don't think she'd been mad about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But anyway, so it's good old storm season. We got more coming tomorrow.
Yeah, now I've seen that. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
so
got a message from some people I know that watch it, and they're like, "Hey, just letting you know, you might want to look into that."
Yeah.
I'll probably look into it about 20 minutes before it hits.
yeah.
We'll be early in the morning, so you'll be up and ready for it.
Yeah. Yep. At least, I hate the ones that are late at night. At least that one in Covington, at least that was middle of the day. But anyhow, yeah, I probably watch more Ryan Hall these days than I have in the past. But well, heck, I had a carport that got blown away and ended up in the woods over here. So ever since then, I'm definitely like, yeah, I think I'll just take it easy and go over to the storm shelter and just hang out there. It is what it is, you know. But anyhow, but we're here. Finally got over the sickness. That's why.
I did say though, when you were talking about wanting to do the podcast
Uh-huh.
last week, I think it was on the Tuesday night. I was like,
Uh-huh.
you were like talking about doing it by yourself. And I said something to the effect of like you were going to be like the Wizard of Oz, going to be the trailer just still podcasting while you're having a tornado.
Yeah, yeah. I
Whatever you got to do to get the views, man.
yeah. Well, I guess so. That'd be one way to go out. It'd probably be one of the most viewed
Yeah.
in the world. But PBD might even talk about it. So anyhow, but we're here. What y'all want to talk about?
Well,
How about your shirt? Where'd you want? I
Man.
can't believe you got a Cletus shirt.
I'm
I
a
can't believe it.
RCR fan, dog.
Yeah,
I'm on the bandwagon.
I see that.
I'm all for some O'Reilly's racing.
Yeah,
one of the better looking NASCAR shirts that I've seen.
it is.
It's pretty good.
It
I
is
was
a good
impressed when I
looking
got it. It was a pre-order, so you pre-order it, and then once they get all the orders
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
they ship it and everything. It's a NASCAR shirt. It is
Yeah.
not. I mean, I guess Cletus and NASCAR are collaborating on it, but
Yeah,
it came from NASCAR. It's Brandon Cletus on the package, but once you get inside and got the shirt, it's got like I put it on a little while ago and pulled out a dang NASCAR.
Well, it's got it right
Ticket
down there.
finder.
It's got right there down there at the bottom.
Yeah,
it says
it's.
it, so.
I mean, it's legit on there.
So Cletus
RCR
might have
in
got
there,
12
so
cents of that
They
shirt.
might have.
They got the rest.
You got a small,
Yeah, they probably
small
got the rest
portion
of it.
it.
But
Yeah.
it's way better than I anticipated
Yeah.
it being.
You talking about bandwagons? I'm not gonna lie. I probably jumped on the Carson Hocevar bandwagon too. Like I've been
It's hard
root-
not to
I've been
when you got a
rooting
guy
for him
that's
for a
that-
while now.
Yeah.
And then when he won Talladega, I was like, if he has one of those shirts where he's hanging out the window, because that was probably one of the coolest celebrations I've seen. I said, if he comes out with one of those shirts, I'm getting one. And what'd they do? They come out with those shirts. So I got one. And then I don't know when I'll get it, but I did order one. So I'll probably have to wear it on the pod sometime. But I don't know. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool deal. So I got me one. What about you?
I have raced the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Didn't have such a good weekend at Peevely.
Yeah, the previous week we went to Peevely, and I thought maybe I told y'all things. Maybe 16 cars show up. Freaking 27 showed up. Yeah. What was it? Who's the number 9 car? Is that Nienheiser? Paul Nienheiser.
Oh, Paul was there?
Paul Nienheiser's there. He's the one actually won.
Really? Okay.
Kyle Bellin was up there. Will Armitage, the guy who went quick time with the Outlaws, was there.
Was this a series?
No,
It was
it's
just
they
just
put
a
on a 2,000 to win show. That's why I thought maybe I 16 cars show up. They put 2,000 to win, and freaking 27 of them came.
Wow.
There were some really good ones there, and we went out for hot laps. I felt pretty decent, and went 10th out of the 27 that were there, so I felt pretty good. And we were starting 8th in the heat race, and got a pretty good start, and was up to right 4th or 5th, right there, and I could pass a couple more cars. I felt like it happens really fast, but I feel like I could probably got at least a third there. And this guy kind of bounced up to the wall, it's super banked up. So I was down kind of middle ways, and then there's a point where I just couldn't see him any longer. Then he kind of come back down and got me right in the right front. It turned the car sideways. I got it straight. I got it straight, but I was kind of still in the dip where the wall and the track meet, and I was trying to turn it, and it just slammed into the wall, and it bent the torsion tube bag, front axle, tore up the damn top wing too, and that was like a brand new top wing and stuff. And
how it goes.
And so
So
we thrashed around on it. Yeah, we thrashed around on it, got it back together, but it wasn't. I wasn't going to haul it off into the 1 and 2 at Peevely.
And pass at Peevely.
Patched back up. They were thrasher. I was like,
why wouldn't you do that?
I was like, you guys can calm down.
Let me tell you why he won't do that. I can tell you exactly why he shouldn't do
that. and it was slick to a cushion, juiced up, up there. Nienheiser was running in above the cushion, just going for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not
Paul is a gasser. I've known Paul for many, many years. He's a good friend of mine. We talk. I actually hadn't talked to him in a little bit. We used to talk quite a bit, but I hadn't talked to him in a minute. I need to holler at him, but he's got a powder coating business in Illinois. So anyway, but yeah, he's a gasser, especially in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
this dude's won 200 races at Jacksonville.
Yeah, he was on it, and I just wasn't confident in the car, and I was just not going to hammer it. So I did run a little bit just to kind of see, but I wasn't going hard enough to do anything. And then the front wing flipped up, and I was like, yeah, God's telling me to get off the track. So I was like, okay, this is over. We're done here. Because they had a caution come out, and the guy right in front of me spun out. There's two. The guy here, and then me. This guy spun out, clicked the guy right in front of me, and I thought to myself, maybe it's time. And then the front wing just flips up, and I was like, all right, it's time. We just made the exit under the caution and called it a night and did a little start and park almost.
Oh, man, have you ever been called a squirrel before? Who's that called you a squirrel?
Oh, no, Brian Brewster was the one that bounced up to the top of the track.
Oh, okay. He's called himself.
He was the one that bounced up to the top of the track and come back down. But, yeah, he come down.
Glad you wasn't talking bad about him.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It wasn't nothing he did. It's just that track had some character to it. It was very easy to bike it up or do something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we just did not finish for that one and went to a track in Alabama. And we raced Friday night.
This is the next weekend.
Yeah, the next week. Yeah, it's our last weekend.
This
well,
weekend.
yeah.
We went to
2 days ago.
Right.
Track in Alabama and raced. And we got our new motor. That was the first night on our new motor. And hot laps, I felt pretty decent, pretty good. And then we started 4th in the heat race. And was really just kind of not great the first couple of laps. I didn't get a pretty good start. Then I got passed back and I got flustered, overdriving. So we had a caution, calmed down a little bit, got to stick in the bottom really well, and I got up to second and was right on Morgan for the lead of the heat. And I was right there with her. She ended up winning the heat, but coming to the checker, I could hear something funny, and I felt it like slowing down. So I let off the gas, and I wanted to make sure I heard it right. So I kind of just gassed it a little bit, but it wouldn't do nothing. It was just fluttering and blubbering around. So I kicked it out of gear and cut it off. Got pushed back to the trailer, and we took a valve cover off, and we'd broken a rocker arm. And I mean, examining it from the outside, it looks like just the rocker arm broke. But you know, you got to still. Tony still wants to look down in there to make sure.
Yeah, you don't want to take no chances.
We just got the motor back, and we didn't put new rocker arms on it. You know, hindsight's 2020. Maybe you should have. You know, but it's just. I mean, it's
good to look on through the rest of the engine just to make sure something didn't cause the rocker to break.
Yeah,
typically,
that's what he's
typically it breaks up top. I mean, you got the camshaft and you got your I guess it'd be a lifter. Your lifter rides on your cam, but that lifter can seize and hold that push rod there, and then when that valve, but that won't do it. You'd have head damage if that was going to be it.
It was like a pretty clean break right at the adjuster.
Yeah, it's probably that's the weak point unless something catastrophic happens.
The valve spring, like the push rod, didn't fall down in there. It wasn't out. It was like still in there, hooked to the backside of the rocker arm, and the rocker was just kind of the broken part was just kind of laying there. The valve spring still looked fine. It didn't look hurt or anything. So
yeah, if you have a lifter seize in the bore, it sits down in the bore like that right there, and if it seizes in it, it'll hold that push tube up, and then when if the push tube is stuck up, the valve is stuck down, so you have a piston come up and smack your valve, that'll break that thing, but that's pretty catastrophic, especially for a brand new engine. I mean, I guess a lifter may not be, it's worth looking into.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going.
But you'll know when you pull the head off what's up with that.
Hoping maybe he can look into it this week and maybe nothing's wrong and get some new rockers on it, because Benton's got the CS race on Friday that I'd like to run, but also he got loaded up and went home and had something break on the steering on the truck. He had to like get a ratchet strap it together and coasted it home at about 45 miles an hour on Saturday night.
Ratchet strap holding the steering together. Let's go.
Got it rolled home. So
gotta have a ratchet strap in the toolbox. Can't leave house without it.
And he wasn't very far from the track, so he still had about an hour 45 minutes left to drive.
Oh man!
When he had the incident, so it was one of those nights.
It rains, it pours.
To forget, yeah, for sure. So
poor Tony.
Hopefully we can get it back together for Friday. But then we drove home. I come back home. I got in bed probably like 2:30 or so, and got up next morning. Went up to Farmington and went to Peanuts just make sure everything was lined out.
So what'd you do? Did you call him and tell him that you were done?
No, I was already going up.
Oh, you were already going to go. Okay. I didn't know you planned on going.
So yeah, that was the plan, because right now, like, we're winning the points. So this is, as long as I'm winning the points, I'm going to try to go up there. It'll be cool to do if you can, win it, I think.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year backed up by
points championship. So yeah, we went up there early just to make sure everything was cool. They had this torsion tube straightened out. It was nice and straight, and it looked good. They had another front end under it, and I brought the wings home like the week before, and Dad repaired the wings and stuff, and we put those back on the car and went over to Farmington, and we wasn't going to Peanuts again. So we was going to Farmington.
I get nightmares when I think about repairing a wing now.
And so we went to Farmington, and they had 21 cars, and they had some good ones. Joe B was there, Scotty Mile was there, Zach Dom was there. That's what's cool about Farmington, is like you pull in the gate, you don't ever know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff got rained out and things like that, and Joe B was off, and so he brought his cars over there, and then Zach Dom was there because there was nowhere else to really race, and so they had 21 cars, and we went 4th to 2nd in the heat race, and I thought, well, this was pretty good, but the other heats had a ton of passing in them too, so I ended up starting 5th in the feature. And got 5th, got to 4th, and that's pretty much where I read most of the race was in 4th. We're just kind of okay. Like, we fixed the torsion tube. It was running Peanuts bar. Well, the car always had like a weird attitude where the left front was dipping down. That bar is basically like a spring in there. And so we brought one of our caulk stick bars and stuck it in there. Well, it like changed the whole stance of the car. And so the things I've been doing, as far as adjusting on weight and things like that, I've been doing to compensate for this thing dipping down. So what I just tried to set it back the way it had been, and it didn't feel different. We just kind of went off the blocks and did just normal, like half in, half out of the rear. Just kind of started over because it just wasn't handling the same now that we got that new bar in the left front. So we were just kind of decent. It was okay. I didn't feel great. I didn't feel awful, but it just we got to figure out another baseline now.
Yeah.
But I was happy with the fourth, especially the way my night before and the week before it went. Like I was happy to get out of there with a fourth and went from a 16-point lead to a 23-point lead now. So
yeah, it just kind of shows you how it had all this momentum. He won some races, and then it just plummets just like that.
That's what I told my dad. I was like, I got to stop like getting too high with the highs because it'll make you crash even harder. It's like, yeah, your confidence is way up. You go in, you're like, all right, we're running good, and then one lap in the heat race, you're like, damn it, this sucks.
Yeah.
And the next week you come back again, you're like, oh, here we go. I've lived this before. I've lived this nightmare before. We had like 7 engines blow up in a season. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. So I just needed like another good night to just roll it in the trailer, top 5. Like, we'll take it. So, we ended the weekend with a fourth, and we'll go back up there this Saturday and run again. And I got to give a shout out to the Farmington crew and staff, everybody there. This is the second time we've raced there this year, and I've been on the highway at 10 o'clock both times. We started hot laps at 6:30, and heat races were done, and the sun was still up. I mean, it was probably 8 o'clock when we were done with the heat races.
How many classes ran Saturday night?
We ran 4 classes.
4 classes, and you're on the road at 10?
Wow.
4 classes.
Awesome.
And you had 21 cars show up with
I say, how many cars was in each class?
We had, I think it was 9, 16, 14, 21.
It was more than 8.
8. Oh, dang.
But yeah,
I'm
going to clip this, so let's let me give a shout out to Farmington without interruption. So I got to give a shout out to Farmington because I'll tell you so. We've been there 2 weeks in a row, or 2 weeks. We've been on the highway by 10 o'clock. The heat races were done Saturday before the sun went down. And I was changing out of my uniform. I looked at my watch and it was 9:20. So we probably were done by like 9:05. Well, our feature was probably done. So at about 3 hours, they ran the whole program. We had an intermission. We started at 6:30. Like, we got to normalize racing 4 classes on a night again.
Yeah.
And their crowd, for what the weather was, like being like 59 and the wind blowing about 10 miles an hour, was actually pretty good. Way better than I thought it was going to be, because it was chilly up there and the wind was whipping pretty good. And they got a good crowd. And I hope this coming up weekend they'll get rewarded with a good crowd again, because they deserve to get a good crowd for getting everybody out there by 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the
that's
reasons people
fantastic.
probably keep coming back.
That's a way to build it back up, is getting people home. They get to see the show they came and paid for. They're not leaving before. You know, that they came to see the A-mods. They're seeing the A-mod. They came to see the sprint cars. They got to see the sprint cars.
Yep.
You know, they're getting to see what they paid for. And so hopefully they get rewarded this coming up weekend with a good crowd, because they're going to get you out of there. As long as nothing crazy happens, they're going to run a good show and get you out of there.
And things happen. I mean, things happen. You can tear down a fence. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but a 30-minute break when you're finishing at 9:20, a 30-minute break still gets you out of there before 10 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, dang. And that's what's crazy. And we don't even know what we're talking. We don't even know anything about that. I've heard the people of Memphis are saying that's what they're going to do, though. They're saying that they're going to put on at least 4 classes a night, be out of there by probably 9 o'clock.
Memphis is in the
Memphis Motorsports
New
Park.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, if it ever happens. But are y'all the last class?
We're the 3rd out of the 4th class.
Okay.
The B-mods ran after us, and their race did take a minute. If their race didn't go very smooth, and it was still done by 10, I think they could have been done before 10.
I'll say, if you were out of your suit at 9:20, then
if they'd had maybe 1-2 cautions, it'd have been done before. They had a bunch of cautions out there.
Dude, 10 o'clock is so early.
Oh, that's good.
But most of the
10's
people,
great.
Most of the people left, like, once the sprint cars were over. They were, clearing out.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them were leaving by 9:05. They got what they came to see, and they were leaving. And, it was about 9:05 or so.
You got something against B-mods, Brad?
No, I said A-mods.
You say everybody?
I said
you
A-mods.
said everybody else. Everybody else has a
A-mods
problem?
in the beginning. I said they came to see A-mods. They saw A-mods, because A-mods go second. And but I was awesome. Like, by the time we got paid, like, and if the B mods would have got done earlier, then we probably got paid a little earlier and we got out of there earlier. So, you know what I'm saying? That was perfect the way they've run the 2 shows we've been there. So,
Yeah,
That's pretty wild.
that is good.
I mean, we literally didn't get home from Riverside until 12:30 the other night. I think it was 12:30 in the morning when we got home.
I've even talked to Clayton about this, like starting earlier.
And there was 8 cars. The minis had 15, 16. Everything else had like less than 10 cars in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does start a little, I think a little too late. Like 7:30 is pretty late. That gives you very small window to get done by 10 o'clock. It's like Farmington. It don't matter if it's in the middle of the summertime. They try to start hot laps at 6 o'clock. We've been starting a little later, but still they still run it right through.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the people, let's start hot laps early because most people aren't coming to watch hot laps anyways. They're going to be there by heat race time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have 7 o'clock. Let's have the first heat race ready to roll onto the track, and we're rolling. We're not still hot lapping.
Hot lapping's for
Like,
concession stand sales.
Like all the drivers, all the drivers are already at the track. So let's just start hot laps early. You can have the track a little slimy. We'll burn it in quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. That way, when it gets 7 o'clock, you got the stock cars ready to roll onto the track. Right after prayer and all that stuff. And we're rolling right into the program.
Do I want to bring up what I heard or what I talked to somebody today
Yeah,
about today?
I got thoughts on all that.
All right. So here, so this morning, I woke up. Kate and I had forgot to get Spencer's allergy medicine, and I had my fire suit to pick up at the dry cleaners because I always go get it dry clean. And anyway, so I just got up this morning. I went to Mumford, and I'm rolling into Kroger. I'm gonna walk in here and get this medicine. And a guy I know goes to Riverside quite a bit. Okay, he's definitely a regular. He's walking out. He weighs me down, and we just got to talking. He's not on Facebook. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't want anybody going after this guy. But basically, he's like, I just don't care to go to Riverside anymore. And this is, like I said, he's frequent. Okay, and like, really, why is that? He says, I mean, won't pay all that money and show up, and there's 8 cars showing up, and he said, I'm there till midnight or later, and he's like, I don't care to do all that. And he said, I'm probably going to Benton next week.
Go to Benton, and you're going to be there till 2 a.m. in the morning. Then.
I'm just
are there going to be more than 8 cars there?
No, that's another point I'm going to make. So
hey, listen, I'm just passing along the message here. Okay, this is from a guy that goes there all the time. So anyway, what did you want to say on that? Because like I said, that's just what I heard. That was some feedback. And
well, I mean, I'll just say that if the car count is a problem, well, there's a lot of places in the country that only have 8 cars, 9 cars. You can go through my race pass on a Friday and Saturday. There's pockets where there's tracks that have good stuff, but most of them are down to 8, 7, 4, 5. That's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
Here, there are some pockets though, like I said.
Well, I can't believe Farmington had that many cars show up, or not Farmington, Peevely had that many cars show up.
Yeah,
for that 2000 win.
Peevely, they also get like 30 A mod or 30 B mods and 20 something A mods. Like I said, there's pockets where you can still get good cars, but like a lot of places around here, that's just the way it is. The car counts are way down, and the car counts are down, but like. I agree. Getting over at midnight is a problem, but going to Benton is not going to help you because they got done we were coming home from Farmington when they had their last race, and it was we drove past Benton exit, and they still had a class on the track, and that was about 1:30. So, I mean, you're going to still be leaving before you get your show done because they run about 8, 9 classes there at Benton on a Saturday night. So that's not going to help you. I will say, I do agree, like, it needs to be done way before midnight, especially if you're going to have 8, 9, 10, 12 cars in a class.
If I'm going to stay up till midnight and I can see 6, 7, 8 classes run, I mean, that kind of flips the script for me as a consumer. I know y'all look at it from a racing standpoint more than I do because I'm a race fan through and through. But as a consumer, like, I don't mind staying. I didn't mind staying at Riverside till midnight the other night. Or till 11:30, whenever it was that we left. My wife did though, and I want her to go with me.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna keep on, next time I tell her, hey, let's go to Riverside, she's gonna say, are we gonna be home before midnight?
I mean,
Yeah, no.
And the
chances
answer's
are no.
gonna be probably not.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to leave early after I spend all that money to get in the gate. So it's like, but I get if I was still a single man,
Anthony said he.
and I was
said he
showing
could've-
up.
The flagman said it was 10:36.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know when he went. What he was talking about. I didn't even ask him to clarify like when.
Yeah.
But-
I don't remember. It was 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
he didn't tell me a date or anything.
That's probably close. 10:36 still gets me home at not 12:30. I don't know why we got home at 12:30.
Well,
but
I mean, if you leave at
by the time we got-
10:45, you're home by midnight. Surely.
Yeah, by the time we got back to the car and everything, it was probably 12 o'clock. If that's the case,
That's
I mean,
fine.
But I know we got home at 12:30.
I think if you're home, which I mean, it's an hour drive for us. So if
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
an
home
hour.
before midnight, that's a good night. I
I mean that's except for dang, we go to Farmington and get home an hour after that and watch 27 or 2021
Yeah, I think
410s
I
right.
got home about 2 a.m. Yeah, I got right off like 2 a.m.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's what I get to thinking about. And I wasn't trying to hang around and talk.
You beat me home from Nashville. What are we even talking about this for?
Oh, I do agree. Yeah,
he was at the dadgum. He was
Fairgrounds.
at the Cars Tour race at the Nashville Fairgrounds, and he beat me home.
I did. That race was over early. They don't play around with that stuff. Which that's all that pavement stuff.
That's how ours is too.
Hey, listen, you can start
When it
early
starts,
with
it
that stuff.
starts.
I mean, they could start our race at 2:00 in the afternoon if they want to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna make a difference.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, like I just said, I would like to see Riverside move the start time up at least 7 o'clock for the heat races to start. And I've talked about this with Clay. I'm not saying anything sideways here. Like I said, all the drivers and people are there. Let's start hot laps early. Let's start hot laps 6:30 or something, or 6 o'clock. It'll even start at 6 o'clock. Like, yeah, it might be a little hot, but people that are coming are going to be there regardless. And like I said, let's be ready to roll when it comes 7 o'clock. That first heat's ready to come on the track.
Is the time the game changer though?
I
mean, because it's never been an issue. Me and
think
Hannah,
so.
Hannah wasn't super happy about it, but she also wasn't super upset about getting home that late.
It's a
But like-
problem. It's a problem everywhere, though. You hear people talk about it.
But is that the root, or is that just like everything else sucks, and this is the
I'll
straw
put-
that breaks the
I'll put it to
camel's
you this
back?
way. I would much rather watch a 10 out of 10 banger of a race at 1:00 in the morning than to get home at 11:30
Me too.
and watch so paid $25-$30 to sit in the stands and then watch the so race and then go home. So if it's a really, really good show, I'll stick around. It won't bother me one bit.
I'm the same way.
We start. Flagman said we start the first heat at 7:30. Yeah, I think that's too late. I would move it up at least 30 minutes. I mean, that don't sound like a lot, but
Or an
it is a
hour.
lot.
You're saying an hour
Or
though.
I'm saying hot laps.
6:30.
I'm saying hot laps at least 6:30, 6 o'clock, and be ready for the first heat by at least 7.
Yeah.
But
What else was said? I can't hardly read it.
You got
Keith's engine builder said, "Hell, we got back at 5. What's the problem?" I guess I don't know where they're talking about. Oh, they did race Atwood, that $1,000 to win.
I was gonna. I had that in there. I don't even know anything
about
about.
that. The helicopter got that girl. Leg. Oh, somebody broke their leg.
At Clay Hill?
I guess.
Really?
But let's not get off subject.
you
I
guys are
got-
getting
let's-
old when you're worried about getting home.
Hey, listen, I'm 30 years old, and it was something about hitting 29. I was like, yeah, I really want to get home soon.
So to go back to talking about the race, I posed a question. I thought about this, and I posed a question in a group chat earlier today. And there's been 2 races recently that have done free admission night.
yeah, I want to talk about
Benton-
this too.
Benton and Knoxville recently did it, and Knoxville's crowd was bigger than it ever is on a week.
Packed.
Yep.
And
It looked like the Nationals
yeah.
were there.
and
I mean, it was
Benton-
massive.
And Benton was the same way. Like it was packed grandstand. And somebody mentioned in the group chat that Clay Hill recently did this as well, free admission. And you go a regular Saturday
Did we
night
not
at
talk
Clay
about
Hill.
that a couple weeks ago
Maybe
at Clay Hill?
May have.
But
I think
can't
we
remember.
did.
they also showed a picture, and the grandstand was full of
Packed.
people.
Yeah.
And so that got me thinking. Like we always talk about local racing is dying. or every weekly racing is dying. And I got thinking, I was like, is weekly racing dying, or is the middle class dying?
Both.
Because
I'd say the middle class.
the
More so.
fans are there when they can afford it.
They
or-
want
or
to be
they can-
there.
or they can be there. Yeah, like there's fans
That-
out there.
The
but
free admission proves that they want to come.
they're there. They want to come watch racing, no matter if it's eight cars to a class. They can budget it in, or they can bring their family. Then they're willing to come. So like, there's race fans out there.
Yeah.
But dirt racing is middle to lower class people.
It's a whole lot easier to tell all of my buddies that aren't race fans, hey, racetrack's free admission tonight. Y'all want to go? They're like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
I like to go.
And like I said, hopefully you get in there and they'll buy beer, hot dogs, or
they'll buy
whatever. They'll have
food,
money to buy
merchandise.
Yep.
other things.
Yeah,
Shoot, even if you mark everything up $1 for that night in your concession stand to try and make some of it back, who cares? We got them free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5 for a corn dog,
Yeah.
$7 for a corn dog, whatever. I don't even remember how much they are.
And like
at
even
Riverside.
Clayton did $10 night pretty recently, and the crowd was
and the
great
crowd was
for a
full. That's when we
weekly
went.
race
That's when we went.
than what it has been. So that just got me thinking. Like, we talk about racing dying, there's no fans, but they're out there. They just
Well,
can't.
and to be frank, the racing sucked. For my wife, I loved it. I love being there. I can watch two cars fight around a track.
Well, yeah, you
and
talked
love
about the
the whole-
stock
I
car
did.
race. It
I
had
did.
like no cars in it, but the top two
Yeah,
was
but the
like
top two.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
I can sit there, I can watch a race, even the minis. I can sit there and watch the fourth and fifth battle, because first is so far. I'm not even gonna get into that.
And it's funny you
But-
say that, because there were. I don't interrupt you. Go ahead.
It's fine. I was just gonna
Well, you were
say I
talking
can watch those too. My wife doesn't do that though.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just sitting here watching me have a good time, trying to
She loves watching you.
She's trying to
have
get
fun.
secondhand enjoyment out of this thing.
Yeah, so like I don't know. It just made me think a lot about what might be the real problem is people just can't afford it. It's just like everything else, like the cost of living going up, but wages are staying the same. This is like racing. The price of racing's going up, but our purses are staying the
Oh,
same.
yeah. I was gonna say we've beat that dead horse
And-
to death, but
It just kind of shows me the last couple of free shows I've seen that the fans are out there. You just got to be able to get them to the track to where they can not have to not pay their mortgage or miss a car note and get their car repossessed.
yeah.
Or go hungry.
Well, this is the idea I was talking with some, and I may have talked about this before on here. I can't remember. I can't remember everything we ever talk about on here. But I do remember I told y'all about what Tony had told me several years ago about, they don't have weekly racing. They only do big shows. I would much rather see 8 or 10 races over there at West Memphis or anywhere really that pay big money. And, why not have a $10 night, 10,000 win 360 race? There'd be so many people showing up for that. The crowd would show up. The drivers would show up. The only problem is like I don't know the logistics. I don't know how the money works. So I can sit here. It's easy for me to sit here and say
I
that.
don't know that your crowd shows up. I don't know that your crowd shows up for that.
Oh, I bet they do.
They would show up okay, but like you're talking about, bet you have got to have sellouts.
Yeah, but
if you're going to do it,
you've got the
10
Brad
times a
Bowdens,
year.
but if you got the Brad Bowdens, the Derek Hagars, the Howard Moores, if you there'd be people from Oklahoma coming to run that thing. You could, if it was a 10,000 win race, you'd have the Bergmans, the Covingtons, all these people would show up, and it'd be an awesome race.
It would be an awesome race.
kinda-
I'm not disputing that a bit, but getting people in the stands to see that.
Yeah, but we've already proven that $10 night or a free admission night would
So
bring
you're
them.
gonna run 10,000 to win
Yeah,
for
okay.
$10
You gotta have a lot of
on the
people.
gate.
I gotta have a lot of
You
people.
can't do that.
But here's
have a lot of
I'm getting to that. So the other side of it is, say I'm a sponsor, I'm more than likely to put up money to sponsor this event or to help put on the event if I know that there's going to be 8,000 people in the stands. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like you can sell that to sponsors and say, hey, we've got this many such and such people coming to these events.
But you
and
can't
you can
guarantee.
sell
That's
that.
the thing.
You can't guarantee
You can't
it.
guarantee the show up for that kind of show. I mean, you would have to reduce the money so much to guarantee that kind of showmanship that I don't know the exact numbers either. But if it's a $40,000 exposure per night just to open the track, I mean, for one of these
Couldn't
shows.
tell you.
I think Clayton might have dropped the $40,000 number in our phone call on episode 5.
I don't know.
That was his exposure.
Should we call him again?
Which if that's the case, I mean, you gotta think. You gotta think about.
Well,
that's 400 people at $10.
Yeah.
Wait, is that right? 400. That's 4,000.
Yeah,
No,
4,000.
that's 4,000 people at
Yeah.
$10 a pop.
Yeah.
To cover
Opening the
the
track.
cost, and I mean, I'm sure that includes the payouts too. But I don't know that fewer shows is the answer, because there is no legacy shows. Like when you're talking about Eldora, or when you're talking about Knoxville, legendary tracks with legendary resumes that everybody knows about, that everybody talks about every single week.
Yeah.
There's something being brought up about Eldora this or Knoxville that, or one of these PA tracks.
I say Williams
I mean,
Grove, Port
yeah,
Royal.
there's all kinds of stuff that comes up. And where does Riverside come into that? I'm not trying to bash Riverside's history, because I know it as well as anybody else watching this podcast. I mean, it's worthy of those kind of things, but is it worthy of those kind of things? Because if you go down there's going to be 8 cars this weekend, or there's going to be a mini sprint show for $1,000, and there's going to be 45 12-year-olds racing around the track, and the same guy that always wins every weekend is still going to win the race.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of my point. Is like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying that $1,000 mini sprint race isn't going to bring a ton of people.
But dang, how
It's
many
just
stock
not.
cars? Y'all comment. How many stock cars going to show up for $1,000?
Yeah, we've talked about that.
We did
too.
talk
Like,
about
Yeah.
this.
The rules are the problem. I don't
Brad
know how
said
many
you
we
got to
get.
open the rules
Yeah.
up, but $1,000, that's a 30-car race.
You open the rules
With stock
up,
cars in the open rule book, that's a 30-car
And I mean,
race.
but they're going to get their race. Like every class is going to get their race. Like the mini sprints
Yeah, I
going to get
know.
a race.
Well, I'm
stock- everybody
strictly
gets a race.
I'm only strictly talking about fans coming to the race though.
Well,
if I'm a fan,
I'm here to argue
I
that
don't-
stock cars bring more viewers than any other form of dirt race. Fender cars bring more viewers
in
to the dirt track.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, they do.
He just said when the sprint car race was over at Farmington, everybody left.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they don't
In-
leave when
in
the sprint
this-
cars are over
In
with.
this region of the country, it's sprint car country.
I don't see it. I don't see it
or at least in our little
there's
spot.
15 people per stock car that come to the track.
When you
Well,
go
yeah,
north.
they may bring more. Like they may bring more people with them. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah. Like
I'm just saying it
That's
evens
the
out.
sprint car people might bring 5 people with them. Well, Dylan Knight brings 30 people with him.
There's
Yeah.
a bunch of people that doing nice, Charlie. I
There's-
can't argue that.
There's a
a
ton.
bunch
All
of
of them.
people.
Go walk around Riverside. There's camps all throughout the whole.
Yeah.
When the stock car class gets going this summer, there will be camps. Sometimes there will be fights that break out between the camps.
Cops.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But and there's 10 cars that show up, and there's probably 100 people attributed to those cars.
No. Okay.
They-
I know
it
what
wouldn't
you're
even
saying.
be
You're
there.
talking about. You're
But
just
and
talking
then
about
there's
those-
sprint car guys show up, and there's like 4.
Okay. I get your point, but I'm talking about the
But I-
fans that are not associated
But I
with
think
teams.
I think that there's some overlap there. I think if you were to go head to head, I think you're going to see that the numbers are not that different between the two. If you have a 410 show that's not like, go to Farmington and put on a 410 show, and then don't bring the 410s and just host a stock car show, I think you're gonna have similar numbers. And if you have a big enough payout with your
Well-
stocks, and you bring enough stocks in from outside the local area, $10 more people per car.
Well, isn't there a late model show or something that's coming up over at Farmington? Just a late model show?
they had it like
Late miles
they
don't
had
count.
it 2 weeks ago. I think.
It's a fender.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll
I'm about
count
to
late
say,
models.
it's a
people
vendor.
love late model. I don't love late models, but people do love late
Do we know how
models.
good the crowd was that night?
I don't know.
We don't know. See, that would have been a great comparison if we know. Hey, who'd you say was in the chat? Who races with you?
He wouldn't have been over there.
He wouldn't have been over there. I didn't know if he was like a
We
local.
were at Peebly that weekend.
Okay, I didn't know if he was a local. Heck, he might even know how many people was there. I don't know, but I just I'm only strictly talking about bringing fans to the racetrack. And
I
I'm
think
saying
the
the
way-
sprint cars bring fans to the racetrack. They just do.
I think the way to get fans in the seats is to start connecting with your fans.
Yeah.
I think
Agreed.
especially on the local scene, it's so focused on racers, and that's like trying to make the people that are the show happy. And I get it, you got to have a show to put on a show, but fans in the stands don't benefit from drivers or car owners getting this or that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't benefit from that.
Yeah.
It doesn't help them at all. And if there's controversy in the pits, or if there's some sort of disagreement that takes away from the racing, well, then it's just going to have a negative byproduct in your stands. I'm looking at this from like the drag world, and I know that racing attendance is down everywhere, but drag racing is an all-night event. And if you go to one of these races, I'm thinking about like grudge racing and stuff like that, where they start at dark and they run until they're done grudge racing, man, there will be hundreds of people out there all night long and not complaining a bit about how long it does. Somebody oiled the track down, it shut down for 2 hours trying to get it cleaned up. Been there, done that.
No, I wouldn't make it.
Yeah, I mean, but they still are hanging out. And what's interesting about that is, if you don't win, you don't win. If you don't, every now and then you see some guys, the top two split the pot. Every now and then. But if you come and you pay to play, and then if you don't win, it's gone. That money's gone. And these are, I mean, the cars are I think it's cheaper to run. If you don't tear up, it's cheaper to build a circle track car, because they're kit cars, essentially.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
In the drag race thing you're talking about, is there like side bets made during races?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I could see people being out there till 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gambling their.
I was
their-
gonna-
their
I was gonna
livelihood.
say-
So we didn't factor in this
Well,
part of it.
yeah.
There's no side.
I mean-
I was gonna say,
Why not?
I mean,
Why
yeah.
not?
If they're willing to be there till 2 a.m.,
Hey, wait a
let's do
minute.
it. Let's
Hey,
start
wait a
doing
minute.
side
So-
bets.
Look, I learned how to roll
Hey,
dice at
there's a
the
casino
drag
right
trail.
down
I'm
the
not gonna
road.
lie to
Partner
you.
up with the casino. We'll
Yeah.
have betting at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Let's partner up with the
Okay, thank you. That's exactly where I was about to go. I'm like, well, why don't we just start betting on all the dirt
But
races? then?
I will say that is part of the fan experience. I mean, I've sat out there with a stack of ones and gambled on cars. Me and a guy will sit there. We'll just swap
Was
ones
this
back
legal,
and
Bo?
forth.
Was this
It's
legal?
$1
Okay.
bills. Who cares?
Okay, well, I say we're talking about this live on camera now. I can't
don't
edit
care.
this
They
out.
Come give me a ticket.
Okay.
There's statute of limitations.
Okay, all right.
But we'd sit there and like, it was a good time. And it would literally be all night long. It'd be wee hours of the morning when I would head on home, because they finally got done. Everything, the main show was done, or two guys ran for $60,000, a bet between them.
Golly.
I mean, I've seen two. I've seen one that was a 6-figure race. I've seen one $60,000 race, and man, there is nothing like that junk. You get all that trash talk, and you get money start flying back and forth.
Okay.
I mean,
I could definitely.
but those are not. That is, we weren't gambling on that race. That was the pot to win the race.
Mhm.
That was
Okay.
between those drivers that
Yeah.
was there. I mean, if you bring that environment to circle track racing, I'm not convinced. I know all these everything's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. We need our hobby paid for, blah, 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 blah. Get over it. I think there needs to be a pay to play night. 500 to run, winner take all, $10,000 pot. I mean,
Ooh.
how many cars going to show up and pay? But that money at the end of it's going to be worth it, and let the cars pay for the pot. I mean, these custom drag cars, everything on them is custom. It costs a lot of money or a lot of man hours to put one together. And they're running out there for these big pots, and they're doing it every weekend, every single weekend, and they're doing it, and they're paying for it out of their whatever they work for. So I don't want to hear about it's too expensive to do this or not expensive enough to do that, blah, blah, blah. No, they're both expensive. Except for this crew over here is paying to play, and they do it every weekend. They never complain, except for that they sucked and had a bad night. And you know what they do? They show up next weekend, they're running for 10 grand again,
Yeah.
And I mean, some of these guys never win. They never win money. They just spend money. They just spend and spend and spend and spend. I mean, may have people on board that help them out. I'm sure they do if they're doing it every weekend. But like, why not do that? Why not bring that atmosphere to the dirt?
I don't know. We might create a lot of gamblers around here,
mean,
like unhealthy gamblers.
I get what you're saying, but I guess my only argument would be the drag racing is you're going to have that run, straight down the track, 2 cars, where we try this in the dirt world, where you're going to have 20 cars on the track, all running for the winner gets the whole pot. Well, drag racing, you're a lot less likely to bang in, crash into each other, and tear your car up. Which I might get, you could still blow a motor doing this.
It's true.
I get that. But we're going to have 20 stock cars, 20 sprint cars. Well, we're all running for the top money, well, we got a lot greater chance of tearing our cars up as well.
One of the guys
You
that
forgot
start
about-
15th do.
But you forgot about the buy-in.
What do you mean?
Your buy-in's going to keep your trash out. Your 15-year-old is not going to spend $500 to run unless he's rich, and at that point, you know, you got what you got. But
Yeah, we're still at you get the best 20 in the area to go at. You say go on Riverside, small, tight quarter track. They're going to be going way harder to try to win the money. So
Especially if you're starting
Yeah.
you're
back.
more likely
I mean-
to have a crash in that instance.
but you're talking about getting fans in the seats.
Well, yeah, but you can't. But then you're right.
Y'all
back
see
to-
that?
That's like, just like that, almost
Then you're
crashed.
right back to square one. You'll have 5 cars show up.
No,
and
you-
Yes, you
if
would.
that
I'm telling
pot-
you,
look,
I'm telling you, you would.
10 cars show up, 500
listen,
to get in.
no,
You got a
to be- to be
$5,000
fair,
pot.
To be fair, this is how we figure things out. You got to talk about it. I've never thought about this.
I just
I don't
don't
know.
see.
I mean, at this point, what would it even hurt to try? I don't know. I mean, we got to try something. I mean, what we're trying is not working, so something's got to give. Something needs to
I
start.
just
We'll start with
watched-
free general admission night.
I just watched.
I agree with that. We need to start a little simpler than this, but
I just watched the all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive Cletus video the other day, and these guys are showing up with $1 million cars, and he put a pot up to begin with,
Well,
and then
Michael Lowe must be a drag racer or something.
oh yeah, he is.
I won a weekend at a grudge race, 100
Yeah.
grand in his truck all the way from
yeah,
Dallas.
and he probably didn't have the nicest stuff out there at 100
See,
grand.
my
I mean, that's the thing that these guys that are running, a lot of these guys are getting. That's a cheap, fast truck.
Mhm.
That truck is probably really fast, but that's a cheap, fast truck.
my father was big into drag racing. Him and Michael used to run around a lot. So Michael knows all about the drag racing
I
stuff.
mean, you start putting big bore or high pressure motors in these cars that are running 10,000 RPM, and they're designed to go from a hit and carry that speed down through there, and that shock load. The way they build those motors, I mean, you think 70,000 for a sprint car motor is high? Some of these guys are getting double that for these things. Shoot, you can't even get a crate 630. I guess you could get a crate 632 for 30 grand, but man, once you go in there and set it up, if you're going to run that stuff and be consistent with it, and you're going to go and like that race I'm talking about with Cletus put up, they're running pass after pass after pass, and you're putting all that strain. It's a lot more strain on that car to go maxed out from here to there than it is to run in a circle. I'm not trying to say that it's not a strain on the car to run in a circle, but they are maxing those cars, or they're building one so overbuilt that they can dial it back and run in that parameter and try and keep it alive longer. But just the money is great on both sides. I don't want to hear that anymore. I'm tired of hearing racers complain about payouts. I'm tired of hearing because I see these guys every weekend show up and they're not getting paid. They're paying to play. That one at Cletus, they paid $500 for test hits. Most of the people there went out and ran at least 2
yeah, but
at
see,
$500 a pop.
And the more you keep talking, the more I'm like, this is a totally different level. If you can afford $100,000,
I was going to say
car
Cletus can
and be able
afford
to
it.
go race for no
Yeah,
money,
Cletus
like,
can, but did you go? I mean, you can. I agree, but like Beaterbomb was out there, and you know where he started?
I don't know who this is.
Beaterbomb.
I don't keep up with drag racing. Man. I just
Beaterbomb
don't.
is a garage genius that built a super fast car, hurt a bunch of people's feelings, low budget, but he
Yeah.
probably still had 100 grand in it by the time from where he started
Okay.
to
So
where he's
these-
got now.
if
But
he's-
100 grand,
If 100 grand is low budget to this guy, then they are out of our atmosphere. That's what I'm
no,
saying. Though.
no, they are not. You can't run
Are you
sprint
kidding
cars
me?
and think that 100 grand is out of your league.
We did. What do you mean?
No, by the time from
We-
where you started, $100,000 was out of your league.
We ran
I mean,
used
for a lot of
stuff.
guys,
You
yeah.
told me it cost
Forever.
$5,000 a night to run. I mean,
Yeah.
you said that on the podcast.
If you-
How many
if
nights
you
is that to
figure-
get to
to
100?
do it on the highest level, yeah.
That's
but
20 nights.
a lot of guys aren't doing that though.
I know,
That's the
I
problem.
know.
There's very few that.
I
do
was gonna
that.
say if you figure in, and I mean we weren't freshening engines. We'd go 2 years on freshening engines because we would not race. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
but you're still
We sat
talking
here.
about that's 20 nights. The expense is being accrued. Whether you do anything about it or not, the expense is still being accrued.
Right.
at that rate. And it may not be 5, it may be 4, it may be 3. There may be guys that say they can do it for even cheaper than that. And I believe it because I see it. We see grassroots. Everywhere we go, we see grassroots.
Yeah.
I mean, we are grassroots now in the current series that we're running. So I'm not trying to say, like, I get it. That is the elite. And if you're running with Cletus and you're fast enough to be in that crowd, you're probably running $1 million race car or a $500,000 race car at the least to get in, just because you happen to run 4 seconds in an 8.
I think that'd be
say
or
if you
3,
have
almost 3 seconds in an
If
8.
you have a $500,000 race car, then you can probably afford to show up and not go home with any money.
You probably can.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's not.
But-
you're not gonna have a pot race at Riverside where people can afford to go home with no money.
But they're also running. But they did it
Well,
this weekend.
They'll do it once and then they won't come back.
They did it this weekend at the gate.
What do you mean running for no money?
No, they were running for money, but those guys were running $10,000 cars.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But they
technically, if you wanna
paid to
say
play.
no money, but they
They
got
paid
some
to
money
play.
back.
No, they did not. At Rivergate, they did
Oh,
not.
you're talking about River Guy on day. I don't know anything about.
They
that.
paid to get in. They ran their car. They got kicked out if they were too slow.
But
Now,
we need somebody else here that knows what you're talking about because we can't argue. We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't,
It's just a concept. It's not about the drag race. I mean, you got to separate the drag race. You have to understand that expense is the same. Racing expense is the same. Some may be a few dollars higher here. Some may be a few dollars higher here. And obviously, everything has tiers. The running 410s with the Outlaws is probably the equivalent to what they were running for with Cletus.
It's not working or something.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
You want me to change it?
Lower than everybody else or something.
Here, I'll change it. Give me that. I'll change it out so it helps. I don't know why. Keep talking.
What I was saying was we're running Outlaws or high limit, maybe the equivalent of the rear wheel drive versus all wheel drive event that Cletus put on. Like, it may be unattainable for the average person, but we could have gone and entered in my wife's Toyota Camry at Rivergate this past
Can y'all hear
weekend
me
if we
now?
wanted to.
Yeah, see if that was any better. Intermission. I hate to say intermission. Yes, talk a little bit. See if you have anything to say. Do you have
Anybody hear
anything to
me?
say about that? To what he's saying?
No, but we're just going to keep going in circles and never get to the end of it.
It's
We'll
worth.
be here
I
till
think
9
it's worth a
o'clock,
shot.
so.
When
We're
we're
good
talking
at going
about when we're talking
I
about a
just think
dying.
my opinion, never work. Nobody will show up to Riverside to race for one big pot where only the winner makes money.
Yeah. I just think it's just a different world. It's a different way of thinking. But I'm also on the train of we need to be thinking a little differently. We need to think outside the box. And I'm all right with throwing out ideas. I don't know how everybody else would receive that idea. But
Well, there's one
I'm all
one
for
more
being on this side of the
correlation.
fence and saying, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll watch that." But
There's one more correlation there. And when back in the, I guess it was probably 90s into 2000s, bracket racing was getting real big, and it almost killed the sport of drag racing. And that's the same. Bracket racing is start money, basically. And there's a few differences there, but if you're looking for an equalizer or a way to be more fair, that's bracket racing. And it's gay.
yeah, I don't watch that.
It's gay. Everybody wants to see the fastest guy go the fastest or risk it all.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe it wouldn't work in the dirt world.
See,
But that's coming from two guys that have been in a system that's dying. The bracket racers would have said that the sport was not dying.
Mhm.
And yet it almost died on them until Street Outlaws came, until Racing for Pinks came out. And then Street Outlaws followed that. And now you got people showing up and running fast again.
I'm stuck somewhere between. It's not dying. Like you said, we're kind of going in circles here. The crowd showed up at these free admission shows
For free?
We have to get them there somehow.
But you can't make money for free, dog.
I agree, and that's why I said if I'm a sponsor, if I'm Riverside, I can go after sponsorship dollars if people are steadily flooding my racetrack.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you is that those shows are bringing people to see the fastest guy go the fastest and risk it all. Whether he blows up, wrecks it, wins, it don't matter. It's a show.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just don't know if it'd be I just don't know if it'd be the same way in this world. I
It
just
may
don't.
not, but it's not ever going to get. I mean, until somebody tries it, we'll never know.
Yeah.
But it worked over here.
Yeah. So if you own Riverside tomorrow, that's what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna own a racetrack one day, and we're gonna have a pay to play night.
Yeah, 5 cars too.
And whoever wins is gonna win big, baby.
Yeah.
They will go home with a pocket full of money.
Well, wait a minute. Can't you just rent the racetrack and do that and
Yeah.
post? I'm about to say you can do
Yeah.
that. You don't have to own it. Can't you just?
Yeah, it's no fun because you can't connect. You
No,
you
fine.
gotta yeah
What do
you gotta
mean?
sell
What's the
that.
difference?
You gotta sell that. You gotta connect with your people. I couldn't rent Riverside out and have that show and expect people to show up because they're used to Riverside's product. That's not my product. That's current Riverside product, and they're gonna
All you
assume.
gotta do is sell action. We're gonna pay to play.
Yeah.
The fastest, the biggest guy's gonna win this
Do you
Saturday
listen-
night at Riverside Speedway.
Do you
Like,
listen to
just gotta sell
98.1 The Max? Because that's what they sound like every week. 1,000 to win mini sprints. Yeah.
Nah,
I mean,
hey,
I mean, you're trying to sell it, sell it.
No.
I mean,
you don't have
yeah,
to own the
I
track to
agree.
sell it.
I'm about to say,
I
nobody
agree,
cares who
but
owns the track.
if you're gonna rebrand something from a business perspective, you have got to legit rebrand it. Like I couldn't show up to
Don't sound like you're
Riverside.
very confident it would.
I
work.
couldn't show up to Riverside and that worked for me as I'm renting the track out.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
if
see the
it's gonna-
difference.
It's either going to work or it's not going to work.
Yeah, I don't see the difference.
There's a difference because nobody's going to Riverside, dude. They're gonna wait and see if it works before they come back out to see Riverside. So I'm gonna rent the track. I got to rent the track like 5 times to make it happen.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, because
I don't-
the first
I
time,
say, I think you can.
the
sell
first
it.
And
time
it's hot-
somebody's going to
exciting,
show
they're gonna
up,
be there.
Yeah.
They'll
the
be
first
there.
time somebody's going to show up, and they're going to be like, "That was a pretty good show." And then the second time, they're going to invite a few friends out, and they're going to be like, "That was a pretty good show." And it's going to take 3 or 4 times for a good show to happen before it is a solid show.
Well, Perky's putting up all of those in favor of Bo's decision. So I guess we'll see. All right, we can move on to a different topic. I think we beat that one to death. What else?
We can
do
make a
have?
poll for that, actually.
Can we make a poll for that?
Yeah, we'll put one on Facebook later. Make a poll for.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Well, I don't even. How would we word that?
Let me think about it. I'll figure out a way
We'll
to
have
get
to figure out how to
get
do
a
that.
poll up.
That or we'll try to clip it. That's something I'm not very good at. We'll have to clip it somehow. You've clipped them. You could probably do it for me.
You just got to go in and find where it is.
Yeah. Can we remember where this is? We'll go in and clip it. But anyway, somebody put a timestamp on it somewhere. What else did we have? We had another injury, Port Royal,
No,
but he ended up
he
not.
was okay.
He didn't break anything though. What else? The Williams Grove deal.
The Outlaws.
Yeah, that's
the Outlaws
interesting.
really
That was
let me down. I crapped on High Limit when they went and raced other places and didn't win. And then the Outlaws just went out and struck out everywhere they went. Carson Macedo went to California, finished second both nights against the NARC. Sheldon, Garrett Williamson, some other outlaw went to
Yeah, all the Outlaws races got
went
rained
to
out.
Knoxville. They went to Knoxville. Everybody keeps saying my mic on backwards. Can y'all, do I need to talk into like this? So, so yeah, then they all went to
It's not-
They
it's
all
not
went to
big enough at all.
Knoxville.
I'm gonna try something.
Yeah.
Just keep talking. Don't.
So then they went to Knoxville, and everybody struck out at Knoxville. I can see the thing moving when I talk.
I can't see yours moving.
Which one is supposed to be mine? They just all
One of
moved.
those other ones. Those two
So-
are ours. Yours is in the middle.
Sorry, I don't see my ugly face. You've got the white mic, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm
Yeah,
talking
you-
into.
Yeah, you've got the white mic. So yeah, it's going up whenever you're talking. Talk.
Talk right now.
Yeah, it's going up. I don't know what could be wrong. Is it any better? Because I changed some settings on it over here. We could have unbumped it over here or something.
Let's see. Yeah, everybody's your mic's on backwards or something. Can y'all hear me now? Can somebody put in the comments instead of texting me?
Yeah. Put it in the comments.
Can y'all
on
hear
YouTube.
me? Like my voice is jumping on the thing over there when I talk.
Yeah. I don't know what it could be.
Anyways, yeah, the Outlaws struck out. They went to Pennsylvania.
Question, so they're not answering.
They went to you probably can't hear me. They went to Pennsylvania. Nobody won from the Outlaws. And they went to Knoxville. And they got struck out. So
Bo, go over there and hug Brad. And y'all talking the same mic.
over there a little bit. I'll just aim it this
now
way.
everybody's saying
Here.
that's better.
Is it
So should I
better?
just talk really loud?
I aimed my mic over that
Well, I
way. maybe it'll
turned.
pick up on it.
I turned it up over here, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what this thing does. It just says plus and minus, and I put it on plus. That's all I know.
Caden said you're good.
Is it better?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, the Outlaws let me
Everybody's
down this
saying it's all
weekend.
Okay. All right.
They look like high limit drivers out there. They couldn't beat the locals, and
I just knew that was going to
Waynesgrove.
come up this week after Kyle Larson went out there and won on what was that Thursday night, Friday night, Thursday night.
Yeah, well, Aaron Reitzel redeemed. He beat the
He
NASCAR
did.
guys the
He
next
did.
night.
He
So
smoked him.
canceled it out.
He did.
I don't know how he did, but he drove the crap out of that car.
You know, actually, believe it or not, and you can tell me if you disagree or agree, but that was probably one of the better races I've seen at Texas, and
That was the best track.
That's what I'm
they've had.
saying. Like I've gone to Texas for many, many years. I've been going there since 2014, and every time we would go, the track would just lay rubber all the time. And then, a couple years ago, it didn't really lay rubber so much, but the racing itself just still wasn't very good. But they're going in the right direction. Like that was actually really good.
I
The
thought
racing
so
was
too.
actually really good.
Both nights.
Yeah, Reitzel. I didn't have Reitzel winning on my bingo card.
I didn't
I'll
either.
Be honest. Saturday night, I don't know. I really thought Corey Day was just going to run him down and run off and leave him. Is kind of what I half expected, but he did a great job. He's come a long way too. I was kind of around when he got going, and he was real big in the Gulf South region or whatever. And he personality hasn't changed none too much. He's still not very well liked. He's definitely Kyle Busch-esque.
He's got a long way to go to be Kyle Busch.
No. I think the difference between those two is that you can't hear radio transmissions from Reitzel. You're not getting all the sound bits from
I will
from
say
Reitzel.
it does help.
They should mic him up.
Yeah, they should. Well, no. They should not mic him up. That's probably not a good idea.
It might be a great idea. Look what Kyle Busch did for NASCAR.
Yeah,
he kept fans relevant through probably the worst era of NASCAR.
I guess the only thing I could say though is it's really hard for Aaron Reitzel to talk that type of talk when I can still visualize him throwing his bike at Wayne Johnson and then not being able to fight at all when Wayne was ready to square up. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me not to see that in my head when we think about.
I actually still had that video. I had a memory that was holding up my phone where I was trying to do something. Matter of fact, for this, and I said I had too much memory and I had to delete some stuff. I'm like, all right. So I went through and I had like a bunch of videos and stuff, and that was one of the videos I still had in my phone, and I watched it and just laughed. Him throwing that bike at Wayne, but it's still out there somewhere, so I can go back and watch it if I want to. But yeah, he's just. I haven't talked to him in many years, but he's never been like the friendliest guy to me. He's from what I've heard, too, he wasn't very good to crew chiefs. He's had a lot of different crew chiefs. And,
I've never talked to him. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem like a very likable guy. But there's no denying Dude can wheel a race car. I've never said that he couldn't do that. Dude's fearless. He
won with a broken foot last year.
Yeah.
After missing I guess he did miss a couple weeks, but
yeah,
went out there with a broken foot. I think he won Port Royal with a broken foot. I'm pretty sure it was Port Royal.
Yeah. So I don't doubt his abilities at all. He's just never been really a likable guy. But I don't know. Hopefully he can turn that around. He's obviously got a good deal going now with this high limit deal. Yeah. Maybe it'll make him a happier person.
Getting paid to race. So
yeah, maybe like I said, maybe make him a happier person. But yeah, I thought the high limit race was really good. All I could think about was Brad sinking into his couch, moping Thursday night because Kyle won the race.
As soon as they were coming to the checker, I cut it off. I didn't even see him cross the line. I cut it off, so I didn't even watch the interviews.
It's actually gotten boring to the point now. I don't even send you that same meme as if you're reading this. Kyle Larson won another race. I'm bored with even sending it to him anymore, so I just don't even do that anymore.
Yeah, just cut it off.
I just don't do it. Anything else? Was there anything else we had? Oh, did you guys see the video? Did y'all look up the video?
Find it.
You couldn't find it?
For it.
My darn phone's
Video
right there.
of what?
I could probably pull it up over there where y'all could watch it. But the late models, I'm assuming this is in Australia somewhere. I don't know where it was. Somebody in the comments could probably help me out on this. The late models were doing like a 4 wide salute at this track, and it looked like it was late in the day. The sun was still up, so they were getting ready to start this race, I guess, is what they were doing. But they're doing this 4 wide salute, and it just starts pouring down rain right in the middle of the salute. And every one of those cars on the backstretch slid and were hitting the inside wall, and they were hitting each other, just piling in, and couldn't move. Every one of them's crashed. That was entertaining. The fan,
Was it in America?
I don't know where it was. I'll be honest. I
Did you
even
see an
looked.
AI video? Did you get tricked?
No,
by
no. It wasn't. I don't guess it was AI because Dirty Mo
I
Media.
see everything, and I have not seen.
Go to.
that.
Are you on
I
X?
looked on Dirty Mo.
Go to
I didn't
X
see
and
it.
then look up Dirty Mo Media. They posted it.
When?
Huh?
When?
It was today.
I went back a couple days. I didn't see it.
No, it was today.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
if you
looked
go to-
through
if you go to
everything in
post.
order.
It should. Oh, okay. Let me see it for a second. It's right. Right here. Where did it go? Because it didn't actually
Not
show the
there.
video. It was like a link. Oh, come on. Where'd you go? I saw it earlier. Show this thread. There you go. It didn't show it. That's it right there.
Australia.
That's not AI, is it?
No,
I
it
think
looks
so.
legit. They got some banking on that sucker.
Yeah, that was in Australia somewhere.
Okay. I thought it was in Australia, but I wasn't sure.
That's crazy.
There's an Australian guy sitting there doing the announcing. So I don't know. But I mean, we have those come over here and do announcing. So I didn't want to say it was in Australia, but that happened. And then did you see
Those?
the
We
Yeah,
had those come
we
over
have
here.
those. We have those guys come over here. And then the fan.
The dude trashes Suburban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see
You see
that.
that was-
spectator racing.
that was crazy.
Dude, that sucker
That
came
was-
around quick.
it was. He overcorrected quite a bit.
Yeah.
What else? There was several things.
Oh man, we need to post that video. I laughed so hard.
It was pretty.
Y'all
funny.
need to look that one up. If
Yeah.
you didn't see the spectator race, and this dude's running a Yukon XL or a Suburban.
Mhm.
I can't even remember what he was racing.
Yeah,
But he was a half a turn behind the
truck
other
He's
guy.
racing some truck.
and the back
and
end started
he's-
to step out.
He's got the wheel cut hard to the
Yeah,
left.
he slammed
And then-
driver's side
Yeah,
door.
he's got
too.
the wheel cut hard to the left, and then it just breaks the back loose. And when he turns right to try to correct it, dude drove straight across the racetrack, and it spun and hit driver's side door in the wall.
Dog,
It was
it's hooked
just-
up to the right.
The tire went like slow rolling across the
Yeah,
track.
yeah, the wheel come off,
Oh,
rolling across the
man.
racetrack.
I cried watching it.
That was
I'm
pretty
gonna
funny.
cry again.
I
man.
bet he cried, but it
I bet he
wasn't
did
laughing.
too. Can you imagine going home?
I couldn't have. I hope.
They used to do that at Riverside back in the 70s and 80s. They did spectator races. People just bring their cars out there and
Yeah.
race them. My dad talked about several people stuffing their brand new Cadillacs into the fence at Riverside.
Bring
Yeah.
it back.
That was
Crowds
also-
would love it.
That was also when a Cadillac may have been like $4,000. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. $4,000, I guess, was a lot of money
money
then.
back
But
then.
Cadillacs back in the 70s, that you wouldn't get two of them on the front straightaway.
I don't. That's probably true. But well, heck, I remember the endurance races were pretty entertaining.
Those were.
Jordan Kenny, good friend of ours, he won the endurance race.
I
yeah.
remember Tim Crawley racing there. The hood's up on it. He was looking underneath
Yeah.
the hood to drive.
Didn't they
finish
get like
driving the
paintball
race.
guns and stuff and shoot at each other and get eggs
sure
and
you
throw at
probably
each other and
could,
stuff? They were
yeah.
doing all kinds of stuff.
I'm
back
sure you
then.
probably could.
That was entertaining. I don't know why we quit doing it. I think wasn't it because of all the
Nobody-
parts and stuff.
cars quit coming.
Cars quit coming.
Mhm.
I thought it was from a lot of parts were like lodged in the racetrack and stuff.
No, they tried to. They tried to do another one. The first one had like 80 cars, and
Yeah, it
then
was
the
a
next
bunch.
one
I
only
was at
had
that.
like 30, and then the next one was only getting like 20, and then they just finally stopped doing it.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
maybe it's something you do every once in a while.
I'm gonna
I
say,
mean,
they
clearly the
20
Crown
cars
Vic,
living the high life around here.
clearly, yeah, for real. Clearly, the Crown Vic races at the Freedom Factory is working. So I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
about the Ultima race?
the Ultima race?
They had 100
Hey,
cars.
I had somebody offer me an Ultima for the four wheeler the other day, so I guess
I'm
I could.
glad you didn't take that
I guess I
deal.
could have done that and paid in my number. I don't. No, I'm not going to go down that. I'm so sick.
Brandon
people.
can't handle marketplace. He's
I
not cut out
hate
for the hustle.
Marketplace. I've sent screenshots to these two about the offers that I would get on some of the stuff we have, and it makes me want to bash my head into the wall. But anyway, yeah.
But y'all look me
tracking
up
it
on Marketplace. I'm open offers on everything I got. So
Yeah, well,
bring them on.
I'll
make a deal.
I'm not interested in trades. I want cash. Okay. Oh man, was there anything else? I was trying to think of it.
I do have one thing. I have been using this driven speed lube, and I know like we need to shout them out, but
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I've been using this stuff for everything.
Yeah.
I can't say exactly what I'm doing with it at the moment because
Wait a minute. I don't know that I'd have worded it like that.
I just want to say that it's doing.
Is Hannah okay?
Yeah, Hannah's good.
Okay.
Hannah's good, but
Okay.
Hannah's professional, and I'm probably doing unprofessional things with this driven speed lube.
Even worse.
And it, but it's working fantastic, man. I had some. I mean, it works for everything.
Yeah.
And it's a
Sounds
good
like it.
compound.
Sounds like it.
It expands. It comes out. It's a weird thing. It's WD-40 sprays out like a coat, right?
Yeah.
This stuff sprays out kind of like you would think like a spray foam does. You know how when you hit the spray foam, it comes out small and it expands real big?
Yeah.
That's how this driven speed lube does. So when you apply it, if you just wanted to put a coat of lube on something, not going to be great. But when you like getting it in tight spots and everything, it gets in there and expands out. And like you put it on something like a bolt or something like that, it'll sit there and bubble around the top of it.
They might have a new commercial.
I'm about to say I'm just gonna clip this, and this
I
is
have
gonna
been
be
impressed with that stuff. I mean, it's not a hard penetrator like I don't know, but I've used it for some light machine work. It worked great.
Yeah.
That's all I had, and I had to use it, and it worked great.
Well, if you were to get
So-
online, what would you do, Bo?
Well,
If you needed to order some,
I'd probably go on and use my discount code. Is it Brendan Hanks 10?
it's Hanks 10.
Oh, it's Hanks 10.
You go to drivenracingnold.com.
Drivenracingnold.com. Hanks 10. Get you some of that speed lube. I'm telling you, it works fantastic.
Yep. Yeah. Brandon trying hard. What does that say? Not to say what he's thinking. That's exactly what was happening over here. Could you tell that my face was getting red? I was really trying to hold that one back. But anyway, well, guys, we appreciate it. I need to get out of here. You got me all messed up now. But anyway, I got to get out of here. But we appreciate y'all listening. Hey, there is something I'd like to do. I need to figure out how to do it. But I was listening to, as I always do, I was listening to the PBD podcast today, and I got a text because I'm in the Valuetainment group and all that stuff. And they sent out this deal where they're taking surveys from all their listeners. They said they didn't care if it was 2,000 people or 200,000 people that took this survey. They were going to do a $25 gift card to their Valuetainment store or whatever, like all their merchandise, like the Angry Patriot hat that I wear. That's where it came from. And I said take a survey, and they asked a bunch of questions like, what do you want out of the podcast? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? All these questions. So I'd kind of like to maybe think about doing something like that. I realize we don't have, a million subscribers like PBD does, but I do want to make this better. Like I want to do better. I'm always trying to grow this thing. So, we may come up with like some kind of survey for everybody to take and just tell us like, what do you want out of this deal? What do you expect? What do you not want? Whatever. But anyway, just floating that idea out there. Heck, I guess you can just text us, message us, whatever. Just let us know what you'd want out of the podcast. But we appreciate y'all listening. Anything else?
Also, this Saturday, Riverside.
Yes.
360, 305, 2,000 to win. Greenville got canceled. They had a ASCS hurricane race down there.
Oh God! Well,
And,
we just got canceled.
They had a hurricane race. They got canceled because of tornadoes.
I'm out.
We just got canceled.
They should have a good thing of sprint cars at Riverside this weekend. So yeah.
Well, so much for taking the survey, guys. We're done. You
Go to Riverside this weekend. 2,000 to win, 360, 305 challenge.
Yep. Go to Riverside. You going?
Let's get some cars out.
Are you going?
I can't on time. I can get there late, but I can't on
I
time.
may go later. I might.
And let's start the heat races at 7
I'm gonna
o'clock.
say features won't start until
I'll be
9 or so.
I'd probably just show up at feature time because I need to be working on my race car. But anyway, guys, appreciate it. See you later. Let her eat.
Let her eat.